Wait, no, I like the cinematic better. Alright. Blurs out the back, so you... Wait, I'm not there yet. That one? That one. Oh, it's cold. It's too bright. It's warm. Brighter. That's as bright as it goes. Let's get his sunglasses. Oh, cinematic on the iPhone. Blurs the background a little bit. Just looks a little more professional. You know, I shaved and all. I had to work today. And then I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, I don't have a Saturday video. So this morning I piled it all together. And now I just got to put in these inserts. Job number one, we got a PD rig that we're picking up out from the Sandbox Road. People probably don't. If you're not from the area, you don't know the Sandbox Road, but it's north on 22 from Rocky, 30 kilometers. But the first attempt, we went to go out there and it was just like socked in with fog. It must have been springish, obviously, because we're wheeling rigs. So the fog was too intense, so I decided to pull. I was like, dude, no one's going to be able to see me, and we're loading. There's kind of a drop in the hills, and then you load. You're kind of on a bit of a hill. So anybody that's coming on the lane that I wanted to load in, which was south facing, wouldn't have seen me. And there's no place to pull over. There's no wide spots where we had to load. This is basically 2-lane, and then that's it. And they were going to come out of the Sandbox Road, pull ahead in between my truck and the wheeler, and then just back in. And then I was going to pick it up as soon as possible, and then we just carry it on, chaining it down quickly and get out of there usually. Because sometimes we're in a spot where we unload. We usually unload them right at the access point, rather to a private road or the lease road, right where they're going to go in. That's kind of the rule, and that's kind of how we do it. So first round, too foggy, called it off. So I pretty much went all the way, made the round, went back. Then we went out the second time. It was back on again later in the day, and I was like, well, the fog is pretty good, but the closer we got out there, it was still a little bit foggy, but visibility was better. So then we would pick them up, and we take them back to PD's yard and drop them off.
We're unspottable. What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, I'm totally spotted on this trailer. Holy shit, that's black. What logbook? I gotta go spot something. Oh fuck, I broke it. Holy shit, that's heavy, but I got this. I hope Blaine didn't see that. Yeah, it's supposed to do that. It's doing a burn. Spotswell's my middle name. I got a permit. Matter of fact, I got two. It's so heavy. Do you have something that needs spotted?
I'm so happy because I'm a gummy bear, gummy bear.
Let's go.
Real good. The joys of having yards around trains. These guys will sit here probably for 20 minutes. Blocking me in here. Just have a cookie. Hang out on 2A.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time cards.
Alright, I'm done my cookie. Video number 2. This was a pretty good one. This was some chance to get some footage of some stuck in tow action. We were out there doing a tank farm. This is out Pine Lake, so close to where I just did the previous Pine Lake 2 tanks that I pulled out with the picker there.
What an idiot.
We're just basically around the corner, and this is the same lease that earlier in the winter I was chewing to get up the hill, and I couldn't get into lease. It was like through cattle guard, and then it was like straight up into lease there, and I took a couple stabs at it because I was being lazy. I didn't want to put on the second set. I'm like, I'll make it work. The fact was that it was the wrong lease, is why, because there was no, the trail wasn't that packed. So, but we were there earlier, or no, sorry, later. So it was springtime, And they had a full service rig in there. We had 3 or 4 tanks in there, but they were in there in the spring breakup, and it was pretty soft. And when I went in, I'm like, probably need somebody to pull all these guys out of here, right? So what do? First thing I do is I get myself stuck. I install the truck a couple times, and then I commence to pull them all out. It was a bit of a pain in the ass. And then I load my tanks, and then we go back to Evergreen and unload.
What an idiot.
He's like Bumblebee if he was retarded.
Yeah, what about it? Tell me, girl, what about it? First of the month and I might blow on my allowance. We could get lost in the mountains, milky clouds that we drown in. They wanna spend a night, I wanna spend 1 and 1,000. And I know you, yeah, I thought I know you. Quote unquote so conscious cause you eating on that tofu. Done it nothing to me, but I'm feeling like I owe you. Love is in the air, but mine is taking up my O2. And I hate to love, but in my defense, that shit better than the love to hate. You just wanna wear Converse, while I just wanna conversate. You probably don't know my name, but make it hard for me to concentrate. Don't worry about locations, be patient, I got a place. I'm just trying to do some shit that I ain't done before. But you do not see me standing like the curtains closed. I'm trying to get a single word out, but it's difficult. I'm getting closer to me reaching the unreachable. I picture you with me, but it's fantastic.
By the power of Grayskull.
Just idle, don't go too fast, let me pull ya.
Idiot.
The whole point was to skid his front end sideways, but he wanted to pin it straight into the 400s. We all know riggers only know one speed.
And I'm her biggest fan, but I can't hold it in real life. I need to be the bigger man. I wish that I was Jigga Man and had me 99 problems. There's a lot, but at least you wouldn't be one. I might need a medicine that gonna make me feel calmer, so I can focus on me getting some things done. She gon' want me later when I get my paper.
I'm oil field. I ain't got no paper.
Now I can't have you, only look at you. You too much value and I ain't way down. I swear. KBBA 2K19.
Decent, Jimmy, decent.
Again, we on bigger things, man. We still steady making music, and them clowns clowning, and musicians make music, and that's the difference. You know what it is, you know who to follow. TML, YouTube, SoundCloud, everything and all that. KVBA, Cooper Sound. Peace.
UFO. Back on my shit with a new advantage. I leave it up to you to settle the damage. Down the yeah, I know it's foreign to him. I came from the guts of rural Alabama. Steph Curry wrist, watch with the handle. Simple motives, gotta lead by example. Not too many make it out when they doubt. Never been about bailing off of my route. Rain gang, got the city HD. Hate to see my brother die every week. Numb to your vision. My life got me too fucked up. Disrespect to make a nigga go dumb. People talking while you nursing that bitch and turn you to a scrub. Outlet prices from the plug, Bay Shore, Ocean View, win Adidas with the boots. Niggas out here slinging arbitrage, so the money really no excuse. Gotta justify every move is a notable wave pattern, every lyrical quotable. Kinda hard to know, ain't too many coders, you know. Mr. Freeze with the sleeves, Sunday morning with the E's. I'm really with it. I'm untamed, unkind. Not finesse a nigga blind. I'm on when you offline, out of sight, out of mind. Mind you, never knew. Now I count up on my revenue. You are not from this area. See, we can drop bombs and get aerial. That's just my moment of clarity. Not too many can compare. Jump off the bridge on that dare. We gon' maintain the truth. Johnny Cochran in the booth. I never lose. You look confused. Do your research, get a clue. Kudos to the game, rain, gang, get it all with some tax too. Biting down on some big coins and your beard blowing on my sack. Oh. I got me too. This shit all, y'all.
3 hours later.
Can you move it along? I'm all out of time.
And after the bounty, while you was living off a basic allowance, me and Mark were been running 1,000, tripping out, not counting the mileage, running out, never been really about it. This shit all y'all fault. I'm a fool with the sauce. Running county at the county.
It's. Oh my God, it's Derek Saxton.
This shit all y'all fault. This shit all y'all fault. On my shit with a new advantage, I leave it up to you to settle the damage. Down me, yeah, I know it's foreign to him. I came from the guts of rural Alabama. Steph Curry wrist, watch what they handle. Simple motives, gotta lead by example. Not too many make it out when they doubt. Never been about bailing off of my route. Rain gang, got the city HD. Hate to see my brother die every week. Numb to your vision. My life got me too fucked up. Disrespect to make a nigga go dumb. People talking while you nursing that bitch and turn you to a scrub. Outlet prices from the plug, Bay Shore, Ocean View, win Adidas with the boots. Niggas out here slinging arbitrage, so the money really no excuse. Welcome to the realm. Drugs creeping like spin a cell. I've been on a mission from the county jail. Gotta justify every move is a notable wave pattern, every lyrical quotable. Kinda hard to know, ain't too many coders, you know. Mr. Freeze with the sleeves, Sunday morning with the E's. I'm really with it.
Yeah, on the catwalk, yeah.
On when you offline, out of sight, out of mind. Mind you, but you are not from this area. See, we can drop bombs and get aerial. That's just my moment of clarity. Not too many can compare. Jump off the bridge on that day. We gon' maintain the truth. Johnny Cochran in the booth. I never lose. You look confused. Do your research, get a clue. Kudos to the game, rain, gang, get it all with some tax too. I'm biting down on some big coins and your beard blowing on my sack.
Excuse me, it's Frank here. Thank you.
Running county at the county, I swear I'm money hunting after the bounty. While you was living off a basic allowance, me and Mark were been running 1,000, tripping out, not counting the mileage, running out, never been really about it. This shit all y'all fault. I'm a fool with the sauce. Running county at the county, I swear I'm money hunting after the bounty. While you was living off a basic allowance, me and Spade were been running 1,000, tripping out, not counting the mileage, running out. This shit all y'all fault.
This is one of my bigger doozies here. This one, we picked up a 12 by 40 shack from Q&A here, right around the corner from Cypress's yard. And he's like, I need somebody with some patience. I guess I fit the bill. And they're like, we don't know if it's going to fit across this dam. I'm like, a dam? Got my attention. And it ended up being the Ghost Lake Dam, which is on 1A. That is, that'd be south of Cochrane on 1A. is Ghost Lake. And they got a dam there. There's a power station. They were doing some upgrades down below, and they wanted a meeting shack. Was it? I think it was a meeting shack, yeah. I don't really remember, but I ended up, we load it up, we take it out there, go for a tour, and the dam was kind of funky because you come down a hill onto the dam. They had it gated off, of course, so no trespassing, and you come in on an angle, at a 45 angle to the dam, and then you turned onto the dam, and then at the other end of the dam, after you cross over all the gates and stuff, they had another jig jog. And I'm like, wow, I'm definitely not getting through here with my trailer, because it's like 48-foot low boy. Not gonna happen. So, and then I'm like, I couldn't suck it completely flat. I could have pulled up. I've never pulled up number 2. This whole reason I had number 2 on this on my Roadtrain truck is so I could like pull stuff down on the front that was long but not heavy, like flock tanks, which I could tailboard flock tanks. The problem is just always I can't get them flat. So anytime I had a problem with getting something flat, I had this idea of having the number 2 winch so I could just bring it up, hook onto the sling, and then pull it down. And I never brought number 2 up. I always just made do. It was kind of a bugger, just the way they had it set in there. It would have been, I had this long ass rope. They would tie the rope to the hook, and then you would suck number 2 all the way out. And then you'd be able to pull it back with a rope. But it takes 2 people, and I was always by myself. So anyways, we kick it off at this wide spot, and then we take it down to the dam. And I got spotters on all sides of me, and they're like, we can't hit nothing. I'm like, relax, I'm not trying to hit anything. We had like probably this much room on the actual crossing where the gates were for the dam was pretty tight. And then to make the turn, you got to think about it. My truck's like probably, I don't even know. I'm going to go with 15 to 18 feet long, and then you got the other 20 feet sticking out the back. So when you turn left, you got like this huge swing, and they had these guardrails so people don't fall in the dam and the water. It was pretty tight, but it was a pretty cool job. How your truck runs when you got 9,000 spot bot ponies. I think I just shitted on carbon tax. Here comes that sexy beast, Machu.
I'd love to get to know your handle. CB Savage here. Come on, come on.
We have to go on down to the scales and get a weight on what all this weighs, so when we cross the dam, the engineers there want to know how much everything weighs. Stop it, you're gonna break the dam. Here's an accident waiting to happen. Buddy backs up. Leaves her in reverse. Green light's gonna go here and he's gonna pin her. Unless he's got his lights in backwards. It's a possibility. People do that too. Oh, look, it isn't wrong. What a homo. Here we are at Ghost Lake Dam. We do believe that's the Bow River that goes through Calgary. We're gonna go down there and cross over. I don't know exactly where we're going with those two units. Here comes my escort. Take me for a ride. We'll see what's going on. Well, it sure ain't gonna fit, so we're gonna unload it and we're gonna grab it with the bed from the proper side so the doors are on the right way, because like always the doors are on the wrong side when it's on the trailer. Buddy's all worried about the power lines here. He's like, those are 380 kVA, we gotta keep at least a 2-meter distance. How lucky if the load was about 3 meters high and those power lines look to be about 12 meters up. Oh look, it fits. That's enough of that country stuff. Here's where it's gonna get tricky. Then we got a roadway that's about 14 feet wide. The shack is 12, 40 feet long. The curves here on top of the dam are gonna be a little tricky to navigate because of the tail swing of how much I got hanging out the back of my truck for when I turned. Spoiler alert, everything went perfect. So now that we're past the first curve, wasn't too bad, just enough room, but now I don't have enough room to even get over to the right side of the street, so I can zigzag through this 45 here that's coming up that's pretty tight. So I'm gonna have to back up and get it over inch by inch. All these orange guys are running around, scratching their heads, sweating it out, thinking it's not going to happen. No spotter required. It's the spot bot. I got this.
Ryan, don't lose that cool of yours. That's your meal ticket.
Bearded guy, what's up?
I just lost my job to a goddamn robot.
Good times. Psych. Of course nothing happened.
That was tight! Yeah, that was. Nice work. Thanks, man. You win. Perfect.
Gay robot in the house.
Word up.
Let me open up your dream. We were ordering some treats. You said it would be.
The goal here was to tuck it up along the trees here, but they had one branch that was sticking way out. You could probably barely see it there. So they decided to try to take it down with a skid steer, but that didn't have enough reach. So then we had to put it down on the ground and drag it in underneath, then try to level it.
What the heck is that?
Great day to be doing squat thrusts and lifting our huge triangular iron weights.
We regulate, but you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep.
Look at that top view. Damn! That looks good. Dimension sounds pretty meaty, too. Cue the D sign. Nothing like a rattling D sign to ruin a great moment. Damn, look at how good those clouds look too. Shit. You gotta hand it to Alberta for having those wide open skies and those great clouds.
Your dream. We were ordering some treats. You said it would be alright.
My white balance is off the charts.
You started out to face it. My heart went off like crazy. You pressed your arms on my head. We fell into my small bed. You started out to face it. My heart went off like crazy. I felt the breath was taken. We were about to make it.
4th, even though a couple of these jobs were short-lived, so that was the problem with doing it all in time-lapse. It's like, oh. But back in the day, it was like, it had to be under 20 minutes, and it was always, the shorter, the better, is the way I always thought about it. So I always tried to make them short as possible, because I always found that YouTube kind of feeds on, you know, most people don't want to watch 1 hour. Like, I will watch 1 hour stuff, but there's a lot of times where I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch this 20 minute, that 20 minute, and this other 20 minute, other than watching, you know, like an hour. It's like attention span, right? So we go out to a task when we just pick up 2 precision 400s and a bunch of planks. We take them back to Precision's yard and drop them off. Spotted. Alright, so I messed up this video a bit. I lost some footage, but just bear with me. I'm trying my best. Today we got 2 400s, nothing too glorious. Not every day in the service world is awesome. So we're gonna pull them over, set them up, one behind the other, and then suck them on together with a chain in between. Nothing special. Now I'm gonna J-knife myself in the corner over here, and we're gonna pick up all the planks, chain her down, and hit the road.
In a wild chase in a semi-truck.
2 years in Lompoc. I'll die before I go back. Because there wasn't enough video, but now that I put all these little blurps in between these videos, it's gonna be like an hour. I'm gonna have to shave it down a little bit more, but we go on. It's a 2-day frack unspotting party. Where at? The Ring Road, West Ronki, and it's dry. It's dry this time, so that's nice. Pretty soon we're going to be getting into the mud. This is the tail end of the frost, because you see underneath the mats when I pull them out, it is still some frost under there. So right around the corner is going to be the mud show, and it's gross. So we go out there, we got to
rig out a bunch of tanks, stack a bunch of mats, do some other stuff. It's work.
So I was like, I'm the star of Transformers. Huge summer blockbuster, remember? I ain't gonna do no guest spot on According to Jim. This is bullshit.
Today we'll be headed out to Strachan, Alberta to rig out a bunch of frack equipment, mostly just 400 barrel tanks and a bunch of rig mats and a couple flowback tanks, the odd little piece here and there. Strachan's located a little bit southwest of Rocky Mountain House on Highway 752.
Bumps to crest. 150 over bumps to jump. And 50 jump 120. Small crest 200. Long KF narrows. Long medium right. 30 turn hairpin left right. Stone inside.
All right. Yeah, how's that working out for you?
All right, it's nice to see that it's nice and dry here. Last time it was a complete pus hole. So we're gonna grab this rig tank, throw it out of the way by this line pipe, and then we're gonna commence. We'll pull over all these 400s and set them up for a double suck.
Rock on!
For those that don't know what the double sucking is, so we put one 400 barrel in line with another, and then we use a chain in the middle, and then you just winch it on your trailer, and away you go.
Oh goddamn, I thought it was two prostitutes sucking you off at once.
Come on now, get your mind out of the gutter, this is just clean work.
Okay, sorry.
So these ones here are acid tanks. They're especially glass lined. We have to stuff them on the trailers. We're not allowed to double suck them just because some people are a little rough and it chips the lining inside and breaks it apart. Costs the company lots of money.
Do just lost my job to a goddamn robot.
Good times. Alright, day 2 will consist of, we're just going to stack up all these mats, and I'm going to take a load back to town, and that'll be it for today. Just in case if anybody's wondering exactly, these are 8 feet wide by 40 feet long mats. They're pretty generic and common across Alberta, but if you're in a different part of the world, they might be different. Alright, so I'm basically just going to load up these mats. I'm not going to show the whole event because we've already did the drive there and back twice, now 4 times. So I'm just going to load these up and that'll be it.
Over bumps to crest. 150 over bumps to jump. And 50 jump 120. Small crest 200. Long K left narrows.
Summer skies with these clouds are just the best. Alright, so we're gonna unload these 400s real quick. We're gonna stuff all the other tanks that the other 2 trucks brought in. We're gonna put them on the cleaning pad as well, and I'm just gonna toss a few around in the yard for the guys. We put all the tanks, there's a bunch of 8x40s that are pretty much rotted out and no good anymore, strung across the back of the tanks here. We'll put the tanks on there so they lay at an angle so it's easier for the vac truck when he comes to clean them out. Everything will flow to the front, making his job super easy. So here I'm just going to stand one of these tanks up. It's just pretty simple. You stab her in the ground and you just back up and winch down at the same time. If you have live hydraulics, maybe some of you don't understand this, but you can winch and drive at the same time because the pump is run off the front crank, not the tranny like a T800. In layman terms, that means the C500 is fucking awesome and the T800 is a piece of shit. Don't get it all twisted. I had many of T800s and I've had to struggle through life with every kind of winch that's out there. So I've had them all. But I function pretty normally under any circumstances because it's the spot bug.
Robot in the house.
Word up.